So this is Cheat Codes. How are you guys doing?
Doing good. How you
Top of the
doing?
morning.
Doing good over here in Columbus, Ohio. So kind of far from LA.
Awesome.
Oh,
Love
man.
Ohio.
It's a quick flight.
I love the curls, Trevor. Those are really nice.
Hey, thank you.
Are those
Appreciate it.
natural?
Yeah, they're natural. They're a pain in the
Ooh.
butt sometimes, but you know, cursing and a blessing, you know?
People be paying big money for curls like that.
Yeah, hey, I'll take it.
Trev, don't be shy. It's a perm.
Matthew
Yeah, right.
spilling the beans.
Yeah, right, man. You crazy.
So guys, I have to ask, before we jump into the music, there's so much to talk about, but why the name Cheat Codes? What's the inspo behind that?
Ooh, take it, Kev.
Wow. Yeah, so back in the day when I first linked up with the boys, back in the day, we were thinking of band names. I told them the story of my brothers who were in a rock band, and they played Madison Square Garden. And I asked my brother, like, "Oh, how'd you do this?" And he's like, "Oh, I got the cheat code." And they liked the story, and then they like, "Yeah, that should be the name." And it's like, wow, yeah, it should be.
I love it. And it's
Yep.
kind of funny. You guys call your fans the cheaters, right?
Cheaters. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Exactly.
Very
It's all
classy.
about skipping the lame stuff and just going right for what you want, and just you know, people think you have to like do all this extra to get to where you want to be, but if you just go right there, then it's a lot easier, you know?
Yeah.
Yep.
I love it. All right, so congratulations on Hellraisers Part 1. Let's go. That dropped on Friday. Congrats.
Woo! Thank you. We're ready to go.
Based on Instagram, you guys had a pretty wild album release party.
Yes, we did. It was awesome. Don't worry, everyone was vaccinated or had a negative COVID test. But they were. It was an awesome party. We had all of our friends there, and it was really cool. We had a bunch of like collaborators and writers, and yeah, it was a good time. And we got to be in LA, which was, you know, first time hanging out with our friends, big group in LA in like a year. So
Yeah, but then the cops came and shut it down. That was a bummer.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
they did.
Frat
That's
party.
life, though, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
it's just normal life right here. You know.
You guys kind of seem like party animals. I'd love to have a night on the town with you guys.
Yeah, next time we're in Ohio, we gotta go hang out. Be a good party.
Absolutely. You guys are always welcome here. Hopefully soon you guys should be on the road, right?
Yes,
Every
it's opening
weekend.
up.
Okay.
We're back out there.
It's about time.
Exactly. It's been a weird year without playing shows. You know, we just we didn't realize how much of a break we needed until the COVID hit. We were like, oh, I guess our bodies were tired. We didn't realize. So it was
Yeah.
nice. But now we're ready to get back out there.
Awesome. Awesome. So let's talk about your brand new breakout single on Hellraisers Part 1, Lean on Me with Tinashe. I'm so excited. We're going to be playing it on WNCI's New at 9. And I don't think you guys could have picked a better artist to be on the track. I am such a fan of Tinashe, and she just killed it.
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate it. Yeah, we love Tinashe. She's super, super talented. Very, not just talented, but like really down to earth, really cool to hang out with, very real, and just very passionate about her work and what she does and her art. And so you can't really ask for a better artist to work with than somebody like her. So it's cool.
She has good dance moves too.
Oh yeah. He knows.
Does he? Was she like a friend, or did this just kind of like, how did it come into a collab?
It was one of those things where, yeah, it was just through like social media and through emails and all that fun stuff. We weren't able to meet until after the song was done, and until we did like some photos together, until we did the video together. Yeah, so it was one of those, you know, COVID things where we weren't able to get in the room with each other because it was being made when like COVID was like crazy. So yeah, we weren't able to get in the room until after, but yeah, luckily we were able to kind of go back and forth and send each other ideas, and she did her thing, wrote some lyrics, and yeah, it came out really cool.
Yeah, it really did. Congrats on the track.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So let's talk about Hellraisers Part 1, because I'm actually really interested in this. There are 3 parts to the album, correct?
Yes, 3
Yes?
parts. Exactly.
And tell me real quick, like, what's the inspo behind the name Hellraisers?
Yeah, so Hellraisers, we actually got the idea because our manager, Michael Thean, who actually passed away over a year ago, he used to call us Hellraisers. And the idea kind of was, you know, we're ruffling feathers or we're just going against the grain or we're doing stuff that like the industry maybe normally wouldn't do, such as like a 3-part album with over 30 songs and releasing that in a year. And Michael Thean was supportive of that. He was always supportive of like an idea that maybe somebody else would consider crazy. So that's kind of the idea, you know, similar to how Cheat Codes is, where it's like, you know, you can get what you want. You just gotta not worry about all the annoying like BS stuff and just go straight for what you want, you know?
I love that. That's such a nice testament of, you know, the impact that he had on you guys and everything, you know, putting his spirit into the album, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For sure.
exactly. Definitely.
Awesome. So the album is coming in 3 parts. We got part 1 last Friday. Why 3 parts?
Well, there's 3 of us. It was one of it was one of those things where we're like when we started the group like 6 years ago, 5, 6 years ago, when we talked about doing an album, that was like sort of one of the first ideas we had was like, oh, like we've always wanted to just like do things different and not be kept in a box and to be able to like push it with as far as like what kind of music we're like allowed to make, you know, because some people get stuck with like making a very specific type and they can only make that. And for us, it was always important to be able to like bend genres and work with all different types of artists. So when we started this process of making an album, we started making all these different types of songs to sort of like having fun with it, with, you know, not putting like any pressure on ourselves. And so after, you know, we had like 30, 40, 50, 60, you know, songs, we're like, all right, instead of, you know, picking the top 12 and just like making them all have to fit this one vibe, like we kind of found that there was like sort of 3 vibes that kind of we were splitting ourselves between, especially when all 3 of us were, you know, writing in different rooms and different sessions because of COVID. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where we had all these great songs we were excited about, and they lived in sort of 3 different worlds, and they all kind of reflected our personalities and who we are and our interests. And so we were able to kind of make a huge body of work that I think is unique, and a lot of people aren't able to necessarily divide and conquer and make that much music that, you know, you're satisfied with. So we feel good about it.
Yeah, it's a totally new concept, but I mean, it's coming straight from the heart and from what you guys as artists believe. So part 1, who is that about?
It's more my vibe. It's very like pop oriented. There's no like dance structure. There's no like, it's just very just like making good songs, and whatever's best for the song, we do that. And very catchy music, things that feel good, things you want to dance to and party to and pregame to and all that fun stuff. So yeah, that's sort of the vibe for the first album, for the first part at least.
I love it. Matthew, which one is yours? Part 2 or 3?
Part 3 is going to have all the club records. So we think it's good timing. Stuff's starting to open up. And hopefully by the time we release part 3, which will be by the end of the year, hopefully people will be in the clubs going crazy, and, you know, we could drop some of those bangers.
Yeah, Matt's a club rat.
Yeah, I'm just a club rat, bro. 4 a.m.
We lost Kevy, I think.
Oh,
Looks like
yeah,
his
we
phone
lost.
died or something. Looks like Kevy's phone died, but Kevy is representative of part 2. It's more like alternative emo, hip hop, sort of like pop punk sort of vibes as well. So it's a different vibe for us, something that we haven't really done before, but that's the goal. You know, we always want to keep it rolling, keep pushing forward. So
Yeah, no, I love it. I'm so excited to see how it all rolls out.
thank you. We are too.
Yeah. So you guys have on Hellraisers Part 1 so many different features. Obviously, Tinashe, Bryce Vine, Chloe, AJ Mitchell, so many more. Again, were these people that were just kind of friends that you had in your back pocket, or how did you get connected with them?
Yeah, it's kind of different stories for everybody. I mean, Marky Basie, I actually met when I was 18 years old, and he played a show in St. Louis. He was in a different band called 2 a.m. Club. I don't know if you ever heard of that band. Oh, looks like we got Princess Roseview back.
He's back.
Hey.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, it was a battle out there.
You skipped it to trade crypto? Is that what you said?
My phone died.
He got an alert. He got like a new price alert or something.
Yeah.
Gotta get.
But we were talking about some of the artists and album collaborators, and yeah, so I met Marky Basie years ago, and I was only like 18 years old, and I was opening for him for his other band called 2 AM Club, and it was cool. We were just like hanging out at the sound check, and him and his band were playing basketball like at the park. Like I'm from St. Louis, so that's how I met Mark. And then years later, we reconnected at a show in Irvine, California, like right before the lockdown happened, and he was like, "We got to work together." So that's kind of how that came together. But we actually met Bryce like 6 or 7 years ago, right, Trev?
Yeah, a long time ago. So we've known Bryce forever in LA, like since before we started releasing music as Cheat Code, since before I think he started doing stuff as Bryce Vine. I know he's been doing music for a long time, but since before his solo project. So yeah, it's crazy. We've known him for a long time, and one of my best friends from growing up in middle school, high school is his tour manager. So it's like you're just a really small world out here.
Yeah.
So with completely different like types of music, but that's why it's cool that we're able to kind of come together and make something special. And it's always fun being able to work with your friends and people that you find talented, and it's like less stressful that way. It's more just organic. You're kind of just messing with ideas with each other and sending them back and forth, and yeah, it's a good time. So
I feel like for your guys' debut album, that's like the best headspace you could possibly be in as an artist, just doing things because that's what you want to do and that's what you feel, and not because of what the pressures of the industry want.
exactly, that's what we're feeling lately. Especially, we're recently independent, and we're not with a label right now, so it's like a lot of just doing whatever we feel like, and it's a lot more freedom.
Oh God, I love that. Not many artists can say that, so that's really special.
Yeah, it feels good.
Yeah, cool. So I gotta dig for a second. Any estimating times on when we're gonna get part 2? I know we just got part 1, but
part 2 and part 3 are coming this year, so I don't exactly know the dates yet. We can't leak those yet, but they're coming soon. So it's not one of those things where we're like part 1 and then next year part 2 and next year after that part 3. No. It's all coming very soon, and we're gonna just be putting out a lot of music this year. So we're ready. Hope you guys are too.
We are so ready. We're ready to see you do some live shows as well. That's what we really need.
Yeah, we're ready too.
Where can all your fans find the best up-to-date info, music, everything on you guys? What's the best place to look?
At Cheat Codes on all socials.
Instagram?
Yeah, I think it's at Cheat Codes on everything. I think there's like maybe 1 or 2 things where it's like Cheat Codes music, but I'm pretty sure we've got Cheat Codes for most of it.
At Cheat Codes. Perfect.
Exactly.
All right, boys. Well, I won't keep you. I really appreciate your time, and so excited to keep playing Lean on Me here on WNCI.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Take care.